welcome back to our If My Made a Pokemon region, everyone! Because today we're gonna take a look at part 2 for this continue the Pokemon region.
It is on Guarden the Greek Pokemon. Let's get started.
Cyrox, I choose you.
Moxie's first Pokemon is Cyrox, and this Pokemon is Rock Fighting type, so I'm still not 100% sure what the gym type is. However, for a first gym, this is only an uphill battle. If you chose Kingfisher, then it's got elements that are both strong and weak to Rock, but it does have an edge against the Fighting type. N-Ball, sadly, is at disadvantage, so that's a test for a real champion, and Twigwana has an advantage over the Rock, but won't keep its advantage for long in this battle. Using the correct types, attacks, and knowing your opponent's defensive strategies is going to be important to win. And don't forget any of the other Pokemon who have become your companions along the way over the last few episodes. This is a 2-on-2 battle, so put your best 2 forward.
Take that.
You may need to switch and use potions.
Igglybuff!
To evolve your Capon into a Scraptor, you can smash the Cyrox to
Tamunk!
pieces. This is a challenge to be sure, but for every Pokemon currently available to you, there will be some sort of advantage and some level of disadvantage. Play the types well though, and you might just take down the Cyrox.
A little bit lot of that Pokemon moves to lead.
My Cyrox. Fine, we're just getting warmed up. Go Aerodent.
This next Pokemon is Aerodent, the fighter pilot Pokemon, the evolved form of Rataru. This fighting flying type jumps up high and uses the winds to travel great distances on the island. It never fails a landing on its powerful feet, and with that, its new ability Happy Landing means that high jump, kick, bounce, and fly never miss. This is her ace Pokemon, and being a fighting flying type once again is a tricky type combo.
I know!
Is now at type disadvantage.
I know it's a flying move, but Aerodent's gonna love that.
Those physical moves
I know about flying types, isn't it?
Takes advantage in this round, using its flying moves to take on the fighting type. This combined with the other Pokemon you've been training should put you in a position to make your way to victory.
I know, Pumpkin Spice. You still elite.
Wow, I guess you really are that strong. Congratulations, trainer. Let me reward you with your first official coin
boy,
here
Pumpkin
in
Spice. You're gonna be everything's a little bit nice. But still a little bit legend.
Oh, what's that?
I can't believe what I'm gonna be seeing.
I used to collect those too, but this is the way of Olympia. These coins are beyond ordinary value. With all of them from the League Challenge, you can take them to the summit of Mount Olympia for a chance to challenge the champion.
Where did I ever go?
Anywhere. Or 8? Honestly, the champion keeps us guessing, but right now you just have one. You should be proud enough of that. I'll also reward you with the ability to cut down trees. If any of your fighting Pokemon come across them, they can cut them down and you'll be able to make your way through the thick forest. Sadly, without Surf, there's not much you can explore on this side of the island. But if you're looking for a way back to Trickletown, you can take the Scenic Route 3. It starts on Rubbletown Beach and will lead you right back to where you started. Just head round the coastline sticking to the old dock. You'll make your way back. Good luck out there, Challenger.
Well, you still got a lead on that champion.
I'll never forget this battle.
I know you can do
Just like
this.
that, you have your first
Very
Pokemon
amazing.
coin. Blimey, your starter's grown stronger
That still's
too.
got a
It's
little bit
super
stronger
close to
than this.
evolving, but you might just have to wait a little longer for that. Sure enough, for now though, we're leaving the gym and you're gonna head
Still got a
to
little bit
Route
hour
3,
than
and
that.
wow, what an interesting route. It seems this whole area used to be a port, but now it's just a cliffside walkway with rickety bridges and various winding pathways to take. Still, it seems like it could be home for some new Pokemon. On this route, you'll find your current Pokemon Psyduck and Munchlax like before, as well as possibly your last opportunity to catch Capon and Gopher. But there's still one more wild Pokemon that can be found exclusively on this route. This is Popoil, the balloon Pokemon. The Pokédex says that this Pokemon can inflate
Ooh,
itself
a balloon
and fly
Pokemon.
surprisingly high into
That's
the
sort of like a
atmosphere.
tadpole
It's a
to you.
water type like Kingfisher. However, I'd keep it away from your Kingfisher if you have one,
Kingfisher's
because the Pokédex also
favorite
says that
prey.
Kingfisher love to eat them. It's sadly quite a weak Pokemon and hard to level
where
up at
did
this
I
part
ever
of the
go?
story. But if you do get
Anywhere.
one, I'm sure it'll
I
have a cool
didn't know
evolution waiting.
supposed
And isn't
to.
it great to see your team filling up?
I
In
don't
fact,
know
if you're
about
training at a typical kind of pace and you're catching everything, then you'll have registered around 25 different Pokemon into your Pokédex. Let me know who you would have had added to your team in the comments. Maybe one day you'll even see a legendary
You
Pokemon.
forgot to add to 25 different Pokemon. But here's the next thing. Something's a little bit legend.
Whoa, hold on! What in the world was that? Was that... did I speak too soon?
Oh, hey, little champ. What are you doing? Standing there gawking? The wind blowing your stupid hair all over the place? If I controlled the power of the wind, I'd blow you far away from my island and into the sea right now. I heard you got Moxie's coin. Well, I got there before you.
Wow!
I looked up
that
to Moxie
doesn't
for a
exist
long
when I'm
time. They visited and given talks at the trainer school sometimes.
Temunk,
A true
Temunk,
nervous
Temunk!
Olympian.
I know what this is, Ginger, but
What
it doesn't
are you
make any
talking
sense to
about?
me.
Someone as cool as Moxie wouldn't be a stormer like you.
Pumpkin
That's
spice,
it. I'm
what
going
I
to show you
told
everything I learned from
you.
studying with them.
Pretty
Right now.
much.
Well, it looks like Cass wants to challenge you, and who would you be to decline?
Let's battle. Go, Houndour!
Cass's first Pokemon is Houndour, and at this point in the journey, you should have lots of super effective moves against it. So this Houndour is really just to get you warmed up.
Fine, I choose you, Hip Hopper.
Ah, it's Hip
Hip-Hopper.
Hopper. It seems Cass's journey hasn't been too dissimilar to your own, evolving Pokemon and training up.
That does it. You think you're better than me, but I'm way ahead of you when it comes to coins. See, I already have one more than you. I got it on Route 2 when I was training up, and I've evolved my Pokemon into something you've never seen. Go, Velraptor!
Whoa, now that's something different. This isn't a Scrapzer like you would have expected. Cass's Capon has instead evolved into, well, whatever this is. It's a Foulraptor, the foul Pokemon. And it's a flying poison type and can spit toxic at you while delivering a powerful new move called Poison Pack. This is like your regular pack attack, except it does additional damage if your Pokemon is poisoned. The Pokedex
Oh,
tells you
that's
much is
not
known
good
why some
about
Pokemon
that
seem to evolve this way,
Pokemon.
and further research
Give me
needs to be
that.
done. But what does that matter to you? You're in the heat of battle. It's time to implement some new strategies and deal with Cass's Pokemon.
Fine. I'll take this for the lesson that it is. It'll only make me stronger. Next time I'm at a coast like this, I swear my Pokemon and I will be throwing you back into the sea, Stormer.
Unbelievable. Your Pokemon were able to defeat Cass's newly evolved Pokemon, and what's more unbelievable is that your starter Pokemon, well, it looks like they're about to evolve. Iguana, Emble, and Kingfisher are all evolving into their first stage evolution.
What in the
Well, would you
generation
look at
is
that?
this?
Iguana has evolved into Guanagoon, the Goonish Pokemon, and is now Grass Rock
Iguanagoon.
type. What looks like rocks and
feels
even a little bit of
reptile.
diamond getting out of its head and claw. These Pokemon don't mess around. They've been
Wow.
known amongst grass
That
types for
feels
being
a
a
little
bit of a
bit lot of
bully, and they
mythical
crash their heads
creature
together
like
in a
this.
display of
That's
strength.
still
Their
display
diamond
myth.
nail can cut through just about anything. A cool Pokemon, and I can't wait to see what it evolves into. And this is great if you pick
Wow.
Iguana, but
I
what about
barely
if you
love
picked
the,
Emble?
Inball. It's another one.
Congratulations! It looks like Emble has evolved into Brazian and gained the ground typing, making it Fire
Brazian.
Ground. This Pokemon is the Fire Belly Pokemon and has gotten so hot that it needs to wallow in mud to keep itself cool. This mud then hardens and becomes part of its biology. If this Pokemon can't cool down, black smoke will billow from its nose and the vents in its body, letting out a screeching noise. A very nice addition to the team.
I
and of
think
course,
you're
for
really
those of you
cool
who chose
image on
Kingfisher,
this. Very disengaged.
Ah, finally! Congratulations! Kingfisher has evolved into Heronin. This
Heronin!
water flying type is the swordplay Pokemon and is
it's a
practiced in
bird
the art of
Pokemon.
sword dancing.
It's
It
the
uses its beak
swordplay
to challenge
Pokemon.
others of its kind to battle. It practices its
that there's
precision
one,
and
you
balance by
guys.
focusing on falling raindrops and aiming to slice them in half. As the wind swirls around you, you
Cool
and your partner
evolution,
Pokemon jump
y'all.
for joy, and you're elated to add this evolution to your team.
Whatever. Even with your evolved Pokemon, you still won't win against me next time we battle. Losing 3 times in a row wouldn't make me much of a rival at all. Just wait. Next battle we have like this, my Pokemon and I will be throwing you right back into the sea where you belong, Stormer.
Cass!
Professor?
Ah, so it is you. I see you're showing our guest back to Trickletown. How very kind of you. Come, both of you. There's a breeze coming along. Let me escort you back to my
I know
lab.
about this for you guys.
Cass, you remember
Look
my
who it
colleague,
is.
Professor Lawrence? And Champion, I believe you had the chance to meet too.
I can barely win to play
I say,
this.
how'd things go with that Moxie? Did you get into a spot of trouble? seems nice, you say? Hardly my experience. I see you helped them rid the beach of some members of Team Snooze. I met them in this Olympia passage. I say, I don't think we have those in Norfolk.
Splash, splash!
Team
I
Snooze.
know who we're talking to. Moxie and Lawrence?
They were once a powerful evil
know who's the organizer
dedicated
that.
to, I say, taking naps. Good grief. It sounds quite preposterous. But it would seem that they're no longer a threat these days.
You know, professors, I've seen plenty of people like that, wearing their robes and showing up at the docks these past few months. I don't think we could discount them as a threat just yet.
Tamunk, Tamunk,
All things to
Tamunk!
be treated with caution. I say, when I first came here, I made the mistake of letting loose my Snevel into the wild. I suspect the Rattaroo population have struggled in part for that. I'm awfully sorry.
All things change. Some for the worse, some for the better. The apology for the Pokemon is
it
appreciated
makes a
by
little bit
them.
better
But your
than
research has
that.
helped many Pokemon here on the island, my friend.
Oh, Professor, I have so much to learn from you still. It's like you have a third eye when it comes to Pokemon. You see things that no one else does. Earlier, he told me that he sent something down on Route 3, and look,
Hey,
he was right.
Arrow,
He
I
came
know
back
about
with both
this
of
for
you.
you.
Tell me then.
I didn't know
do
about
you both
this
have
for
a
you
gym
guys.
coin?
I have two, actually.
Wow. Right, you are, Cass. And the champion has only one. Huh. Well, I see you must have gone via Route 2 and battled the gym leader Clora. I see. Well, champion, did you realize you were running behind on coins? You didn't even think it was a race? When two people just like you who care about Pokemon go off on a journey and begin at the same time, of course it's a race. A rivalry through and through.
A rivalry with a champion?
I don't suppose you've had a chance to meet our champion yet. You should head to Aetherin City.
Well,
And here right now
that's
he's visiting
exactly
the
what
Pokepropolis.
was going-
You should go.
yes.
You'll pass through the
I
Underwoods
didn't
on the
know
way,
about
where you can
this.
acquire your second gym coin.
That
It's
still
only right
makes
that
sense
champions
to
new
me.
and old should meet.
And future.
That's the spirit. Rest up here, and then in the evening on to Route 2 and the Elderwoods Forest. I say, hurrah!
That looks exactly at night.
Well, the day is
Very
begun.
amazed.
You're continuing on your journey. At this point, you can, if one of your teammates knows Headbutt, catch the only wild Pokemon
I didn't
in
know about
Trickletown,
catching
and that
you.
is Team Snooze's ace, Snows, a normal
I
type,
know it's
and
a
who knows
Snows.
what it'll
Still
evolve
wanna
into.
go there.
For now, you're leaving out of Trickletown, this time to the west by way of
Still
Route 2.
leaving
There are no
on
new
that,
Pokemon on this
gee.
route, though you'll likely encounter some familiar faces. Barbug, Pikachu, Rattaroo, and Slakoth are all available to you here. And while of course none of those are new Pokemon, it's still great to just catch Pokemon if you're trying to fill out your Pokedex, and of course regional decks. Who knows how some of these Pokemon might evolve? Wink wink. Route 2 is relatively short, and the only thing to note is an old broken well, on top of which sits meditating a very peculiar looking character.
That's a very particular
hello there,
one.
Star in the making.
I know
Yeah,
it's a
you,
star.
You're a star. I know it when I see
Oh, am I gonna be
You
a
recognize me.
starfish?
You're not from around these parts at all, are you?
Very
And
particular,
I'd like to welcome
Sploshy.
you to
I know about
Olympia.
this for you
I say,
guys.
how do you like it here? The
But
climate
still's a little bit
And
talking.
the Pikachu on this route are super cool.
But
Did
still's
you
a
know
little
here
bit
in
super
Olympia,
cool
the
and new
Pikachu
one.
only evolved into a psychic type, a Solympian Raichu. Though I've heard it called the Alolan Raichu too. All just a matter of perspective, I suppose. As we discover more about the Pokemon world, we discover all sorts of things about regional variation, evolution.
That still's a little
and
bit
form.
regional
But I
variations
digress. Oh,
in
listen to
good
me,
forms
Ray.
The
too.
man hands you some Pokeballs and the Alolan
Still
specialty,
catching.
Big Malasada.
Say, I like you. Why don't you take this?
It's a coconut? Okay, this guy is
Coconut.
cocoa nuts, it seems. Still, there is a special feeling you have about it, so you put it in your bag ready for later.
I found that in the Elderwoods Forest
That
after waking
still's
up
gone
there.
now.
I saved it from a tree that was being cut down. Looks like they
I
are
didn't
planning to
know
build a
about that,
small
too.
town in the forest soon. Such a shame to lose such beautiful trees. Still, less trees means less creepy crawlies. Oh, you'll see. Anyways, I've taken up enough of your time. Maybe I'll see you again someday.
Strange to say the least. You set back along the path, and stranger still is the giant forest in front of you, exuding the sort of
Woobat.
fairy aura about it. There's something
Woobat.
certainly very mystical about this place. The Elderwood Forest
Woo!
is simply more like a jungle, taking up a large portion of the island. In fact, it's so big, it's divided into two sections. There's the part of this
Wow.
forest that you're in now,
didn't know
and
she
before
still had
leaving,
a
Professor
location
Dodona will have
on
mentioned to
this.
you that there's a little village
Very
that's said to be within these
particular.
woods on your way to Atherin City. The second part of the Elderwoods is the Deep Elderwoods, which seems to only be accessible by a river that runs through the forest to the sea. It seems likely that your journey will bring you back here later. For now though, focus up. New Pokemon are appearing and there's a lot of them. Wow. This Pokemon is Merion, the fake child Pokemon. Researchers know this Pokemon is born in forests, but no one has ever seen one hatch in the wild. Often their lives are said to resemble the chatter of children.
That's still
Creepy.
gotta be like
This
a
Pokemon
pocket.
is a grass and dark type, and if you didn't choose a grass starter, this will make for an excellent addition to the team. But it's not the only Pokemon lurking in these woods. Next up, we have a new bug Pokemon. This bug type is called Salivite, the salivating Pokemon, and it's an unusual Pokemon, said to exceed what evolution should be capable of. They say 90% of its biology resides within its head, with the rest of its body being a sort of exoskeleton.
Very
it's said to
organized.
be incredibly fast, and it's always zipping around the forest, jumping
that's
in and out of trees.
creepy.
It hangs upside down and uses its
Ooh.
tongue to navigate around the barbs of
That's still
Barbug
slowly
as it
tougher
preys on
than
them.
this.
If you catch one, I'm sure we'll find out why it is the Pokemon that is able to exceed evolution. And of course, there are other Pokemon that you're familiar with in the forest. Both Barbug and its evolution Hipphopper to be found here in the wild, as well as Slackoth and Pikachu. And naturally, this forest is also home to wild Tangela
that's really
that also roam the
creative.
woodlands. But they might
Ooh,
not
a
be
Tangela.
immediately noticeable, and as you enter the
know very
Elderwoods
well.
forest,
I know
I'd
this
strongly
one.
recommend that you check
This one's
behind
very
every
tricky.
bush, in every blade of long grass, and of course, on every tree. Look, this tree is turning around and talking to you?
Oh, excuse me. I think that's my hair you're tangled up in. I'm not a Pokemon, though. I wish I was. Isn't this forest beautiful? I don't know if you noticed on your way here, but there are empty areas where trees are being cut down. I believe they call it deforestation. It seems sad. Homes of
I
Pokemon
know
being
about
destroyed
this.
just for new homes to
But
be built.
that's
You see, the tempest mean
that's-
that people who are just
that's
visitors are
organized in
stuck on
me.
the island with
I
nowhere
know
to
about
go, and
this.
over the years the forest has gotten smaller and smaller to accommodate. Then
okay.
again, I am a human and I live here in the Elderwoods. My family has lived here for generations in the Elderwood village, so how are we any different? Just because we've been here for a long time? All I know is that if I wish to call these woods my home, I must do them and the Forest Guardian proud. Oh, excuse me, I forgot you were standing there. I got carried away. Would you like to see my village? I should show you the way. Come on, don't just stand there. Follow me.
Oh, okay. She seems nice, but don't
Ooh,
let her
everything's a little bit
out of
nicer
your
than
sight.
that.
Oh, her green hair
That's a
blends in
pretty-
with the forest.
pretty
You saw her
insane
head
on
in the
that.
direction of the bridge that crosses the river.
I love
She's
that.
totally gone now. You might as well
But
head over
here's
that
the
way.
next one I was
As you
supposed
explore
to
the
say.
Elderwoods, you feel a sense of aliveness about the forest. You weren't expecting people to be here, so now
That's
you have
really
the feeling that
organized
you're
to
kind of
mine.
always being watched.
come
In front of
on.
you, there is a bridge crossing over some water that seems to leave the forest completely and runs out to the sea. Suddenly, as you cross the bridge, you notice movement in the water and catch a glimpse of the very first
did I
ever
ever organize to
Olympian
this?
regional variant.
But
Raising
that's
its head
really
out of the
exist.
water amongst the grasses and mosses of the river
what
is the water grass
this?
type
What in the
Olympian
Sam
lapras.
Hill are
This
you
lapras
supposed to
swims in a
do?
much warmer body
It's
of
a
water,
lapras.
so it doesn't have a hard shell like its counterparts across the world. It doesn't need to stay warm
I
that
really
way.
love to
Instead,
enjoy.
it's covered with plant life
know
and
it's
uses
lapras.
photosynthesis to keep
Still
itself
got the
going.
grass and water
alongside
type.
its regular water
I know
moves,
it's-
it'll lose a
I know
lot of
it's
its
a
ice
different
type moves,
form
but
of
instead
Pokemon.
has access to things
Very
like Vine Whip and Energy Ball. But you actually can't get down to it right now. It's impossible for you to catch as it's in the river down below the bridge where you are, and you don't have access to that river. This might be a Pokemon you have to encounter properly later on in your journey. Still, it's a promise of regional variation and things to come. As you stand on the bridge and look upstream deeper into the forest, you notice a small shrine on a little island in the middle of the forest. It's a simple design made of stone and covered in moss. And as you stare at it, the lapras begin to duck their heads under the water and swim away.
Hey.
Why are they leaving?
You always need to stand back. Uh-oh. What?
A wind rushes
what
through the
is
forest.
that?
Leaves and forestation begin to swirl around you. They lift into the air
Oh,
and begin
man,
to take
that's
shape
hard to
across the
tell.
bridge. A face of stone
on.
and wood
It's a
stares at you,
tornado.
being held up by
Come
nothing
on, by
but
a
wind.
tornado.
What is this? A Pokemon?
Dionys, is that really you? Oh no, don't go.
Oh no,
It's gone.
that Pokemon
It was
away.
here. You saw it, didn't you?
Very amazed.
Guionis, a legendary Pokemon, one of the primordial spirits. They live here on the island. They're protectors. That's what my grandmother told me. This forest, perhaps all the forests of the world exist because Guionis carried seeds on its wind and scattered them across the earth. How amazing. I see it so rarely. Why today? Who are you? A champion, huh? I'm pretty sure there's only one champion on this island, and you're much shorter than he is. Me? Oh my, we've been talking all this time, and I haven't even told you my name. I'm Clara, the gym leader of the Elderwood Village. Speaking of which, you must be getting tired. Let me show you to my home. I'll walk a bit slower this time, I promise.
It still exists.
So you're a champion from another region, you say? Of course, I keep forgetting the Tempest is over. For us in the Elderwoods, we exist away from outsiders. If you think of Olympia as the Eye of the Storm, then the Elderwoods is the Eye of the Storm, or something like that. No, that's not right. The pupil of the Eye of the Storm. Yeah, that's better. So thank you for catching me up. Here in this village, we have everything we need. Fresh water, we farm our own food. The few families that live here live a calm life, at one with the Pokemon around us. We give thanks to Guionis and take care of the travelers passing through, but we really have no interest in the outside world, Tempest or not. A gym battle? Of course. I haven't kept up to date with the Pokemon League situation as such, but I still have a drawer filled with League coins to give out. I gave one out just this week, actually.
Pretty
I'll
tough,
happily
isn't
battle
it?
you. There's no time
I
like
have
the
no
present, so how
clue
about
about
right
that.
now?
I don't know if that's the dad.
Okay then, get ready to face off against my little village helpers. Go, Tangela!
Okay, so very clearly this is a grass-type gym, and you're just doing this now. Dora is a peculiar gym leader, to be sure, but she seems enthusiastic enough. In fact, you should probably send something out to counter her Tangela. If you chose Ember or Kingfisher as a starter, your Brazian or Heronin should both be able to have super effective moves here. Either that or any of the regional birds or bugs will give you a nice advantage.
But that's scary, isn't it?
I
know it's really tough.
You've never seen a Pokemon like this before. Go, Vigoroth!
And here comes a grass normal type Vigoroth, and this is a Solympian Vigoroth that live deep in tropical forests and jungles. They're said to be as lazy as their pre-evolution, with a slower pace of living that means that they've evolved to be calmer than their regional counterparts, with some moves like Grassy Glide and Leaf Blade ready to hit hard for some big grass damage.
Kick some grass, Vigoroth. Wow, very impressive. But have you seen this Pokemon? Go, Togetic!
Another regional variant, and wow, look at this. This Togetic wears a coconut instead of an eggshell. Is it possible that the coconut you got given earlier by that stranger could hatch into a regional Togepi? Very cool.
They say the eggs of this Pokemon only appear before kind-hearted people, so I'm flattered I get to train one.
I know
Use
I'm
Leaf
the
Storm.
king, but don't let you consent decline to me.
Togetic! Very
That's
good.
the evolution on
You
that.
really must be a champion.
You did it! You won!
Well, there you have it. You beat me. And if I remember the tradition correctly, that only means one thing. I have to award you with the coin of the Elderwood Gym.
Hey! We're back on time, yo! Very
Keep it
back
close
on
as proof
time!
you've beaten me. I'm sure a champion will be very impressed. In fact, if you head north through the Elderwoods, you'll be on the road to Atherin City, the largest city in the region. The champion can sometimes be found studying at the Citadel or battling at the Procropolis. I'm sure he'd love to meet you. Of course, you're welcome to stay the night here too.
And there you have it, an interesting time wandering through the woods. Still, I hope you had a good time. This is merely a pit stop on your big region-wide journey, and now at least you have as many
Time for the
coins as
another
Cass.
shot on that.
Huh? But what's
Still
this?
got the new Pokemon in that. Still hatching along, isn't it?
It's like Laura said. For those who want to keep it in your party, the coconut did in fact turn out to be an egg for a Solympian form
a
of Togepi,
Togepi.
a grass fairy
Very
Pokemon.
cute.
According to your Pokedex, if a coconut falls out of a tree and lands on your head and you don't feel any pain, it's the egg of a Togepi. Amazing. This is just one more Pokemon you can add to your team.
Oh,
And it won't be the
wow.
last regional
That's a
variant,
cute
for new
one.
regional forms and Pokemon await let's just take a quick break to reflect on everything that's happened
I
so
know it's a
far.
break
How are you enjoying your
situation.
travels, champion? 2 gyms down and a whole host of new Pokemon potentially in your team. I'd love to see what kind of team you've built in the comments sometime, but you might want to keep a spare Pokeball handy and ready to swap out for a new teammate when you get to Atherin City. In Atherin City, there is said to be a huge stadium called the Pokropolis, and according to Professor Dodona,
I
this
know
is where
about this.
trainers can challenge
This is
to
very
become gym leaders.
awesome
and gym leaders
particular.
get the chance themselves to become Elite Four members.
Still
And
got the
possible it's here that
landlord.
We might get to meet the region's
That's still
mysterious
out of
champion.
cheese.
It's only right that champions new and old should meet.
And future.
But before that, we should have a short walk up through the thinning woods, through Route 4, a straight line route situated between the cliff edge to the west and the walls of Mount
Oh,
Slogia
look,
to the
Ponyta.
east. And on this route, there are a few more wild Pokemon
I
that
have
can
a
be
few
found.
more
Wild
Pokemon,
Ponyta
yeah.
trot around, but they
Still
don't
got
do
a
so
opinion in that.
alone. This one is Lullabyebye, the ground fairy type unearthly Pokemon. It bounds around the
Lullaby?
cliffside to absolutely no risk
It's
of
a
falling off.
goat!
Its large eyes see every crevice,
goat
and it knows exactly
Pokemon!
how to land. This Pokemon would make a fantastic addition
Wow.
to the team. Lots of Pokemon like Abra and Impudimp also
Man,
hide behind
that
big
was hard
trees
to
with
tell
the Shaco
you.
Waldrum hanging from
Am
the
I gonna
branches.
be
Those
wise?
can also be found scattered
Well,
between
I'm
trees.
gonna
And it's
say
thought
you're
they
gonna
have a
twice
regional
as
evolution
good
here
than
in
Dad.
Olympia. The final
Very
Pokemon that you can encounter
organized.
on this route is Kyagus. They can be found
Kyagus?
in trees, and these Pokemon are a poison psychic type, and
I
actually
know
aren't
they're
from
only a
Olympia
slow
at all, but instead
Pokemon.
originate from the Cascade
That's
region.
still like
If you
on
ever leave this
now.
island and find researching Professor Loxton, he'll know more about it for sure. Let me know
Yeah,
if you've
but
decided to
they
add
don't
one
know.
or any of these pre-existing
Woo!
Pokemon to your team. Still, it's not long before you make your way
Really?
through Route 4 and find yourself at the Great Gateway of Atherin City.
Temunk,
Welcome,
Temunk!
champion. This is the biggest city in the region and is filled with a bustling marketplace, taverns, and restaurants. This town is kind of stuck somewhere between modern and medieval. In the center of it all, of course, is a Colosseum, the Pokropolis, a huge building that will absolutely be your first stop. But hold up a moment, because did that statue just move? That gargoyle just... Oh no, don't blink. Whoa, you've just been attacked by a Solympian Drodagon. This rock dragon still has the rough skin ability, and it attacks anyone invading the castle.
Hey, I know, a
Locally, they're known
gargoyle.
as Druidigoyle,
It's a
and
Druidigoyle.
they can be seen
It's a
sitting
cave
on the walls lining Atherin City.
That's
And they'll
also
challenge
got the
each and every
gargoyle.
person who wants to enter the
got the
city.
looking.
Luckily, you have some Pokemon on your own team ready to take it on. So why not bring out a starter?
Wow, that Pokemon trainer is good. Yeah, maybe we'll watch them battle in the Pokecropolis sometime.
Against Aria? Are you joking? They wouldn't stand a chance.
Ah, she's so amazing. I love her.
Wow, it seems like everyone's talking about the gym leader. Look, these two people here are chatting about her too.
Oh.
Oh no.
I know this one.
Aria's the woman of my dreams.
Oh, I see.
I mean, I had a dream about her, and it was an absolute nightmare.
If you say so, Crash. Are you sure you weren't away with the fairies daydreaming about her?
Hey, look, it's that kid from before. Did you really hear all that? How embarrassing. Well, it'll be you who's embarrassed next. Our Pokemon have come a long way since we last battled, so watch out. Come on, Mello, let's crash this punk. We're snooze land. Go! Slack off!
Okay, a slack off. We've been here before. This isn't much of a challenge. Surely they'll have something new.
Alright, Snorlax, it's time to eat.
Whoa, just like that. Now that is a challenge.
That's
Probably
a
the
tough
hugest HP
Pokemon,
that
a
you'll have to face
Snorlax.
at this point. It looks like you'll have to be
Very
awake on the job
organized.
if you want to beat this Pokemon.
Whoa, you can even beat a Snorlax? Fine then. I bet you've never faced this before. Let's go, Papa!
Oh, now this Pokemon is Puppa, and it's a Pokemon actually of the Northclaw region, the puppy Pokemon. It's a fairy type, but it's a Pokemon that can truly blow away the competition.
Now.
Aw, you beat that too?
You leave Mello alone. This is no time to hang around. Go slumber.
This is Slumber, the evolved form of Snows. They say to fall asleep in its arms is the most comfortable experience and leads to only the sweetest
With
of
the
dreams.
Z.
It's a normal type Pokemon and
It's a
continues
normal
with
type
Snows'
Pokemon.
sweet dreams ability.
Very organized.
Wow. Beaten again? What are we, some kind of hurdle set to test your strength with no triumphs of our own?
Yeah, feels like bad writing to me.
Yeah, we're Totally not some poorly written 2D characters.
Wait, Crash, you have more than 2 dimensions?
I know things. See, this city is the biggest on the island. Most of the cities on this island are coastal, so they've all been turned to ports at some point or another. And this city was at one time the biggest.
You've been reading up.
That's the biggest
Yeah,
thing on
a
that
little.
again.
If Team Snooze is truly to
I
start
know
at
about
Snoozeland, the ultimate dream resort location, we need to know everything about this island.
Whoa, Crash, I'm impressed.
Oh, well, did you know there are more Pokemon from other regions here in this town than any other? That must be because of all the travelers who have come through here.
Alright, know-it-all, calm down, you might tire yourself out.
Yeah, I need a nap. Oh, you're still here. If you're planning to head to Pokecropolis, you should probably heal up at the Pokemon Center. Good luck. Later.
Will, I think
They
they're
seem totally
coming!
in a good mood. Still,
You gotta get
it's
them
nice to
moves
get a chance to wander
excited.
about the city. And they're right.
Wait
If you check
up!
out the city,
That
you might
sounds
get
a little
the
bit
chance to
evolution in
encounter
here.
Pokemon from all over the place.
Calm
In fact, as well,
down,
the
you
Ackmention
little
Druidon, which
whale
is typically
rascal.
from the Unova region.
I
There
know
are
about
also
the
wild
Wobbuffet
Puff
that
from
too.
Norclo, as well as Pokemon from
I know
2
about this
other
one.
regions. Well, would you look at that? A Cascadian Yanma. And just like Kyagus, the Yanma here take the same form that they do in the Cascade region.
Cascade
Cats imported
Yanma.
from Cascade at some point
Very
in the past, this bug
amazed.
dragon type will be the first
still
dragon
going
in your
on.
team, if you choose to get it. And for those of you less learned, its evolution will be a nice surprise. And there's one more Pokemon, but this one is from the Assone region. This is Cloud9, and it's a psychic fire type that's able to offer all those who look into its fire
A canine
incredible
and a
visions.
clown.
It is said that an
Still
ancient
hoping
sorcerer
mix it
traveled
up.
to Assone and
Very
brought it here to
organized.
Olympia to use its magic for evil. But the Cloud9 couldn't be controlled and cursed the sorcerer with dark visions.
That
Now they
feels
can be
a little
found
bit
entertaining in the
darkness.
streets of
Very
Athens. Perhaps
terrible.
Professor TrueGreen7 knows more about this Pokemon.
Look at you, catching Pokemon from across the world. You really are a traveled trainer, champion.
Is this the champion? Odias, is this the one? Hi, lovely to meet you. My name is Aria. I am the gym leader for Atherin City. I look after the Acropolis as a gym when it's not being used to challenge gym
I know
leaders
about
and the
this.
Elite Four members for
That's
their
so
titles.
nice.
Not that
I
that's
can't wait to
happened
act
in a
like
while,
this.
But one
Very
day
organized.
I'm going to take on Sid or Valkyrie or one of the others and become a member of the Elite
Hey!
Four.
Did I ever talk to
Maybe
you a
I'll
member
even
than
beat
that?
Calvin. What do you think of that, champ?
Me?
Of course you. Who else would I? Oh, of course. I am in the presence of 2 champions.
Ah, indeed. Though I suppose it would be odd if you had a son called Kelvin, too. That would be quite the coincidence. I'm sure if you challenged Kelvin, you'd stand a mighty good chance.
Me?
No, the other
I know
champion.
about that guy.
I'm
the
only
laughter.
kidding. You'd make a fine addition to the Elite Four, Arya. It's nice to meet you, champion. My name is Odias. And as you may have realized by now, I am this region's champion. But titles such as champion, Elite Four, gym leader, they mean little when you are in a battle. All that matters then is your skill and
pretty hard to
judgment.
tell.
Actions, the decisions you make for people who may not understand them. I mean your Pokemon. But I digress. Where was I? It's nice to meet you, champion. I'm sorry I had no time to organize an official meeting upon your arrival to the region. However, when Dodonna told me of your coming, I was hopeful your travels would bring you here. The Pokropolis used to be the home
in
of
the
the
world
Pokemon League.
are
Long ago,
we
we had
acting
trainers
to
from across the
anyways?
world visit for yearly
know
games to
this
determine
one
the
for
best
you.
of the best. But since the last Tempest, I moved the league to the top of Mount Solympia. Plus, from there, I have a better view of the island and all of its goings-on. If you want to battle here, it'll be with Aria. She is one of our gym
Wait a minute, what's
You know
going on
all
here when
about
y'all
gym
the
leaders, don't
Pokemon?
you? Do I
So
see the glimmer of
obsessed.
2 gym coins on you? Very nice.
I must fly away now. I have many duties to attend to, but don't be fooled. I'll be keeping an eye on everything from above. Feel that breeze. Go, Thundra! Take me away!
Oh!
Champion Odias, Oh, he's gone.
Oh, hello
Oh
there,
my
another
goodness.
challenger. How goes
Oh.
it? My name is Aria. I am the leader of the fairy gym.
Silence!
Yeah, I've heard of
I
you.
didn't know
Everyone
about
in
the
Solympia
yellow
knows about
evolution
you.
for
You
this.
really are. Just
I
like the
know!
sun. My name is Cass.
I
I've
know
heard
about
all about
that.
your battling skills, of course.
Charmed to meet you, Cass. I'm glad to hear that you've heard about my battling skills. It's the one thing I work at every day. And well, I'm pretty good if I say so myself. You see this stadium? For thousands of years, people have climbed the steps of Procropolis to battle here. But in the 6 months since the Tempest, not many people have come to visit. So I think filling it with fantastic battles, maybe people will notice the power of this place again and come and visit. And maybe I'll be recognized by the Elite Four and enter among their ranks.
You are an incredible person, Arya.
Very
I'd love to battle you. Though I see there might be a queue with the Stormer here.
Stormer? Is that what we're calling them nowadays?
That's a little bit funnier than a thing.
You have been waiting so patiently. Rest up in the town tonight, and in the morning I'll be fully ready to accept your challenge. And then, Cass, I will battle you right after.
I'll watch your battle and then learn how to beat you, Arya, and Little Champ too. You talk about battles here getting you into the Elite Four someday, but my goals are much higher. I will be a champion one day. It is my birthright, Arya. Little Champ, Odias, I'll beat you all. For all of Olympia, I will prove I'm the greatest trainer of all time, and that I was born to become a champion.
Well, that was an intense meeting to be sure, and look at that, we're all fired up and ready to go.
Well, that's all. That's the end of part 2. Well, we'll be come back on part 3. You'll get us some more videos when we continue. So anyways, bye-bye.